speaking, because talking to other people could be the real exhibition of your knowledge, in which grammar will be the fundamental or instrumental for everyone, so who can communicate very strongly among all the people. So, and grammar, talking about grammar, we all learned a different kind of concept in grammar, but what type of grammar, or what are all the contents in grammar would be helpful for the speaker who can strongly demonstrate his information. There would be lots of concepts. It consists of different kind of ideas like tenses, clauses, and parts of speech, preposition, because it all includes in parts of speech. Again, I can say a few more things using articles, prepositions, and clause, phrase. There could be lots of contents are there in the grammar, but is it necessary to learn all the things, or which part of grammar could be highly useful for making effective communication? But talking in a general way, I could say that grammar part, in the sense you'll have to learn everything together, but we could assure that certain parts of grammar which would be highly essential for making very good communications. So again, we are going to discuss about which part of grammar which would make you the effective speaker, especially when you go for public speaking, because especially in every organization, conducting meeting or seminar or public speech would be highly expected by everyone. But whenever the situation comes, being employed, we might be struggling to construct a sentence, or by looking at the people who are gathering in a particular place would make you fearful, or you might get stress, or you might get highly stressed, and some of them are quite nervous to exhibit their information. But today we can talk about what contents in grammar are going to be useful for making effective communications. See, I can say one thing. Learning some tenses which are quite essential, especially from all present tense, past tense, all kinds of tenses. Everyone should go through the basic concept of tenses, which is very much important when you go for any kind of communication. Second aspect, when you are constructing a sentence, first of all, you need to identify the different structure. Subject is how the subject is being constructed. So for every subject there has to be one principal noun which is being identified. The noun, or the words which does the role of noun, either it can be gerund or infinitive, or the noun phrases. So there will be some kind of terminology, or there will be some words which does the role of nouns. So noun can be the principal noun is important when you are constructing a subject. So when you are starting your sentence, subject has to be created. So when you make subject, the proper noun has to be used. So as I told you, either it can be gerund, or phrase, or infinitive. And after that we can come into verbs. So verb, either it can be two types. We all know the transitive and intransitive. Transitive needs to have an object, okay, and intransitive doesn't have an object. Okay, in case if it is transitive, again you can make it as object. The object can be noun or complementary, or either it can be different forms like adverb. So first of all, you need to identify first constructing the subject, which can be the principal noun. For example, creating the right environment is always better. Here, as you know, that all the verb plus ing may not be seen as a verb, so it can do the role of noun. For example, creating the right environment. Here, creating it does the role of gerund, because as I told you, the word which plays the same role of noun is called gerund. Okay, some of the terms, especially in grammar, they do the role of nouns, infinitive as well as gerund. So first of all, you need to know the first area. Then we can talk about the object. So object, as I told you, first of all, you can understand the subject and the verb. So first you can have a clear idea about these two areas, then after that making sentence will be quite easy. And especially if you are looking at any kind of top speaker, how they are talking, is when you analyze those people communication, probably you can easily understand that these people are using lots of clauses. So the clauses is quite important in making sentences. What does mean by clause? A clause which has different kind of clauses: noun clause, adverb clause, adjective clauses. It may have dependent and independent clauses. So independent clauses, it stands alone, it has subject as well as verb, and it displays meaning without any disturbances, whereas dependent clause, it may have structure, but it doesn't complete, it doesn't reveal that word as a complete structure. So as I was there, I completed the work. So I completed the work here is on independent clause. As I was there, as I was there is a kind of structure, because subject is there, verb is there, but still it doesn't complete and it doesn't reveal the exact meaning. So this is what we can say, that dependent as well as independent. So dependent clause as well as independent clause. So when you're joining together, you can make a complex sentence. So here, as you know, the sentence can be categorized in 4 areas: simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence, complex and compound sentence. So for example, when you are talking to anyone, you don't need to think of whether in which way I am going to communicate. If you are struggling to make a sentence, a simple sentence, you go for a complex sentence. If you are struggling to make out any complex sentence, go for simple sentence or else compound sentence. So, sir, what does it mean, a simple, compound or complex? Simple sentence, there will be only one single verb, and it gives the clear meaning. Rama has given the money. So here, as I told you, has given. So very clearly, it indicates that only one word is there. Okay. So even a simple sentence which may be used in different areas, like using participles of and on hearing the noise, boy woke up. Okay. So we can give lots of examples, just so you can understand that the sentence which has only one verb, it is considered as simple sentence, whereas complex sentence, as I told you, there can be one dependent and one independent clauses. And compound, there can be two complete independent clauses. He went there and he bought some eggs. He went there and he met his friends. He went there and he met his friends. So two independent clauses are connected with the conjunction. It's called compound sentence. So now you have clear idea about simple sentence which has a single verb. Complex sentence, there can be two area, dependent clause as well as independent clauses. Clause means it has subject and verb. So dependent clauses, it may have a subject and verb, but it doesn't complete sense. As well as independent clauses, it may have a subject and verb, but it gives complete meaning to the listener who can easily understand. And compound sentence, two independent clause, that means a sentence which has subject and verb and it gives complete sense, is connected with conjunction. He went to the shop and bought some eggs. He went to the bazaar and met all his friends. So we can easily understand that two independent clauses are connected with conjunction is called compound sentence. So even complex and compound sentence. So there can be two complete independent clause and connected with lots of dependent clauses. Okay, and here we need to focus on, there will be three major category of focus: noun clause, adverb clause, as well as adjective clause. To generalize this one, I can give few tips, because people might get confused what is noun. So noun placement is very clear. Either it can be used as a subject of the sentence, it can be used as an object of the sentence, object of preposition. So prepositional object, as I told you. Again, it can be the subject complement as well as adjective complement. So I can say that creating the right environment is always better. So here creating does the role of gerund, and it can be the noun. So how to change into clause? Because creating the right environment is always better. Here is only the verb is used, so it's a simple sentence. So I can give example for noun. What he has done is being remembered. So here, as I told you, what has done. Okay. So what has been done is being remembered, or what he has done is being remembered. So here, what he has done. Okay, and what it has been done. Okay. So we can take example what he has done. it is a combination of the noun. Okay. For example, is implementation is a simple word. Here we are converting into clause. What he has done. What he has done is being remembered as a subject of the noun. So noun classes, as I told you, either it can be the subject of the sentence. For example, in case if the noun class is used as an object, I know he might have gone. I know he has done the work. So here he has done the work is an object of the verb no. No is an intransitive. As I told you, every intransitive verb needs object. Okay. And the third one is a prepositional object. Okay. So it all depends on how we are finishing our project. So how we are finishing our project depends on the preposition on. So it can be considered as a prepositional object. What he has done proves how he has accomplished. Okay, because it's all related with subject. And Mr. Arul is not considered as how we are thinking about him. So it's something related. How we are thinking about him is focusing on the subject, Mr. Paul. Okay, and this adjective complement. He is highly intellectual. It is quite fortunate that that Mr. Arul has been selected. It is quite fortunate. So you have sentence which has a complete sense, but we are giving extra information. So to give extra information, we need to add additional information which is called adjective complement. So noun clause which can be used as an adjective clause also. Noun clause can be used to give extra information as an adjective complement. So here it's very clear about noun clauses. So and adverb clauses same, and we are dividing in different columns, like when you're making contrasting or conditions, time, reason, comparison, purpose, result, reason. So when you're focusing on giving this information, you can use adverb. As he has gone to meet his friend, all friends are very happy. Here we are telling that the reason. So especially we can use because, as, since I was there, I could complete all the work. So here it gives the reasons. And contrasting, although, because it's a general reason that although he is efficient, he couldn't complete the work. So generally the efficient people can complete all the work, but here it looks contrasting, so we are using although. So there will be different kind of words which are used to make a differences. So adverb clause, as I told you, it can be used for differentiating reason, time, and contrast, conditions, result, consequences. For all the things we are using adverb clauses. I went there. I went where I have to meet my friends, or else I went there. I went the place where people are highly crowded. Okay, so here where the people are highly crowded, that means I went crowded area. So I went crowded area. Instead of saying I went crowded area, I can say I went the place where the people are crowded. So the where the people are crowded, it's a class, since it has a subject and verb. Okay, because it indicates place. So if it indicates place, if it indicates time, if it describes about condition, if it describes about contrasting, we can use adverb. So first of all, we can mention time. I reached there when all people were sleeping. So here I can say I reached there when all people are sleeping. So when all people were sleeping, here it indicates the timing. So I reached there where I could find all products. So here I am mentioning place. Okay, if you go there, you can reach there on time. So conditions. So it's all, you can remember that there can be two sentences, two clauses. One clause might be dependent and other clause may be independent. Okay, then next we are moving on to adjective classes. Adjective classes, it can be two categories, defining and additionally modifying is. So defining is kind of giving the information. Especially, how do we explain about adjective? Adjective is giving extra. Adjective is giving information about nouns. Okay, so how adjective is giving information? For example, beautiful boy, cute boy, tall boy, intelligent boy. The boy is a noun which cannot be changed. Only the adjective what we are using, which might give extra information about the particular noun. So noun will never get changed. So beautiful boy, cute boy, intelligent boy, all the boy is a noun which will never get changed, whereas the adjective what it is added along with the noun gives extra information. One of my friend who is staying very close to my house is a doctor. So here we can ask the question, who is a doctor, or which friend is your doctor? So one of my friend who is staying very next to my house is a doctor. So I'm giving lots of information about the person, doctor, the noun. So whenever the clause is giving information about a noun, it's called adjective clauses. A person who is wearing red color is my cousin. So a person who is wearing red color, I'm giving extra information about describing my cousin. Instead that I could say that my son, just to look at him, he is my cousin. So you may be asking that there will be lots of people, who is your cousin? Then again I'm giving extra information that a person who is wearing a red color shirt is my cousin. So a person who is in red color, adjective clauses. So he is my cousin. Simply I can explain. But we are giving extra information, especially when you are giving extra information about the noun, it is called adjective clause. So clause means sentence which has subject and verb. But when you are describing adjective or adverb or noun clause, it should have one dependent and one independent clause. Okay. So now you have a clear idea about clauses. So as you know that when you are explaining about any sentences, please try to use as much as clauses possible. Because if you want to beautify your sentence, adding more clauses is very much important than any other type. Because if you're constructing sentences, especially simple sentence, will never exhibit your intellectual senses, because the people could identify how good you are in your communication. So to reveal your better communication, you are expected to use different kind of clauses. So how the clauses can be constructed, as I told you, based on the situation, you can use the different kind of clauses. It could be adjective, adverb, or noun clauses. So here I am giving some information, then finally I will explain how the clauses can be identified. For example, when I am giving example,